Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So I'm sitting down with you barefaced because I had a really cool video idea. I hope you guys enjoy it, but this idea came to me and I was like, I need to go film this immediately. And that was to do a video where I use a full face, or nearly a full face, because there's a few categories that are missing, but a full face of best of beauty products from Allure Beauty. And I don't know if you're familiar with Allure's Best of Beauty, but every year they kind of release a list of products that they consider to be the best of beauty. And this year, I don't know if they've done this before, but at least this is the first year that I noticed where they did a clean beauty section. I figured this out because a lot of brands that I love and follow on Instagram were posting this product of ours won the Allure Best of Beauty in this category or that category. And then when I looked into it, I realized that Allure had a whole like clean beauty section, which included makeup, some skincare, hair care as well. We're just gonna be focusing on makeup today. But then I also noticed that in some of the other categories, there's some other clean beauty products that like snuck into other categories, which is really interesting. I don't know what's going on, but I realized that a lot of these products are products that I already love. I thought it'd be fun for me to just apply them, talk about them, share my thoughts. There's some products that I don't necessarily agree with that should be on the Allure Best of Beauty, but I thought I'd talk about why I think that and what products I felt like were missing from this list. So it's just gonna be kind of like a chatty get ready with me and me sharing my thoughts on the Allure Best of Beauty. So let's go ahead and jump right in. One thing I noticed like right off the bat is that the Allure Best of Beauty featured a lot of the more like mainstream clean beauty brands that are sold at like Target, that are sold at Sephora and Ulta and kind of brands like that, which makes sense. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable about the clean beauty space, but also I have a YouTube channel. It's not my job because I have full-time job, but like with regards, I'm like fully immersed in the space and I am aware of a lot more brands, and I'm sure like editors or whoever does the selection of the Allure Best of Beauty, they're probably just not as immersed. So that makes sense, but I would like to, give a shout out. There are a lot of amazing, more indie brands that I feel like definitely deserve to place on this list. So I don't know, Allure, if you happen to watch this video, you got some more exploring to do in the clean beauty space because there are some amazing, amazing brands out there that were not included on your list. So first off though, unsurprisingly, there was an Ilia foundation, and the foundation that they went with for the best clean beauty foundation was the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40, which I'm not at all surprised by. I love this foundation. I've talked about it many times on my channel, both Ilia foundations, this one and the Ilia, now I get their names mixed up. This one, the True Skin Serum Foundation. I love both of these. I'm assuming they went with this one because it's newer and I think the shade range is a little better, and also it does have SPF 40 in it. I haven't been using this as much over the summer because I have really oily skin, but now that we're moving into fall and my skin is not a complete oil slick all the time, I can definitely go back to using this foundation. So that's what we're going to be applying today. I have the shade ST1, which is Rendezvous. This is the lightest shade. I have fair porcelain skin. It is a good shade match for me. This foundation you can definitely apply with your hands or a brush. Today I just felt like going in with my hands. It is a little bit more of a dewy foundation, which is why I find it to not be the best for me during the summer months. As soon as my skin gets not as oily, it works really well. I think if you have more normal to dry skin, you can use it year round. It's just, I have extremely oily skin, so it can be a challenge with a little bit more dewy foundation sometimes to wear them during the summer. I think the level of coverage is nice. It's definitely buildable, but I would say it's more on the like light medium side. It's not super full coverage, but I really do like it. And I think it just gives a beautiful finish. And yeah, I can understand why it was picked for the best of beauty. So the next category that was noticeably missing for me was concealer. I was actually really surprised. I assumed they would probably go with the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer or the Kosas Concealer. The Kosas Concealer is not my favorite. The lightest shade is not a good shade match for me. It's way too yellow in undertone. I have very neutral undertones. I just need a lighter shade with a more neutral undertone for the Kosas concealer. And also it's a little bit creamy for me. I do have oily skin and I just need something that's a little bit more of a self-setting kind of dry down concealer. I like the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer a lot, so I will use that one today. I also absolutely love the Saie Cosmetics Concealer, but that one is a little bit more of an indie brand, so I wouldn't have expected them to include that one on the list, but I could see the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer being on this list, so I will use that for my concealer. And for reference, I have the lightest shade of this concealer. It is 0.5 Arrowroot. So next up, they did not have any setting powder, which honestly kind of shocked me because we need setting powder. There was no like loose setting powder. There was no like pressed powder foundation, anything like that. So I'm going to give my own suggestions for this category. So for a loose setting powder, I love my 14E setting powder, but they did include some Honest Beauty on their list with some other products. So I am going to use my Honest Beauty setting powder. I really do like this one and I feel like it definitely could have made the list. It's a very good product. It's affordable and it's, you know, accessible. You can buy it at Target. I'm pretty sure Honest Beauty is now also sold at Ulta and Walgreens. So I'm going to go ahead and set under my eyes using this setting powder. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to blush, and they actually had 3 different products that fell into the blush category, and one of them was a product I never tried, so I decided to pick it up and try it for this video because I'd been curious about this. This is the Bloomeffects Tulip Tint. This is a lip and cheek balm. Bloomeffects is like a Dutch brand. It's carried at Credo, and I'm not sure where else. It may be carried at like Nordstrom or like Neiman Marcus or something. But I have seen this around and I did go ahead and pick this up to try it out for the video so I could tell you my thoughts. It'll be a first impression, but it's better than nothing. Because the other 2 products that fell in like the blush category are ones that I absolutely love and have raved about so many times on my channel, so there wasn't really a need for me to show them in action for you guys today. First one being actually the Honest Beauty pressed lip powder blushes. I have the shade Flirty. I've been really thinking about picking up some more shades of this. Although I'm also like, I don't use powdered blushes that often, but I really do like this one and I use it a lot. I like that it has a little bit of shimmer in it. It's just a beautiful formula. It blends out really easily and it provides just a nice level of blush with a little bit of glow. It's just a beautiful product. So I can definitely see why they included this on this list. And also it's a really affordable blush too. So if you're in the market for a clean beauty powder blush, check this one out. And then the other one is actually the Kara Weiss blush. And this was in the like luxury category, which I totally get because Kara Weiss is like a very luxury product, but it is a clean product as well. And we all know that I absolutely love their cream blush. I have the shade in Embrace. I've hit pan on it. I adore it. I love it. I talk about it all the time. So we already know that this is a favorite and I'm totally not surprised to see it on the Allure Best of Beauty list. But for today, let's go ahead and try out this product. The first thing I noticed actually when I took it out of the box, which is super cool, and I just want to give a little note about this, I noticed the packaging like felt different. It felt almost like papery, which I know sounds weird, but I was like, I think this is made from some like biodegradable material. And it turns out that this package is actually made of Pieka wood, P-I-E-C, I don't know, no, sorry, the font's really small on this, P-I-C-E-A, Picia wood. But it definitely has like a not plastic feel to it. I am really enthused to see this because I'm going to talk about another product later, but I despise products that come in like metal squeezy tubes. I'm going to talk about that, but they always crack on me. like the tube itself actually cracks. I feel like this is a really good option to have a squeezy tube that's not metal, but not plastic. Like it's a really good option. So kudos to them for that. This comes in one shade. There's just one variety of this, so I have no idea what the color looks like. Oh, okay, this is interesting. It looks pretty hot pink. Let me squeeze it out here. Okay, it's a little stiff, okay, it's the end of it was a little stiff. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's like a super hot pink, huh? I'm curious. I'm gonna take like a tiny amount and put this on my cheek. Okay, I like this. And also I feel like the color could be buildable for different skin tones, because that was what I was worried about with it only coming in one shade. But I feel like this definitely could be buildable. Okay, let me blend this out. I actually really like this. I was a little nervous that it would be like not super pigmented, or that it'd be like sticky or oily or something like that. And it's just a beautiful product. Like it just blended into my skin, into my foundation. Like the color's still there, but the product just like melted in really nicely. And I do think it is buildable. Obviously, it would be nice if there were a range of shades, because even if this works on other skin tones, it may not be the best color for your undertones, because it is a pretty like pink. It's not at all like warm toned. So I feel like it'd be really cool if they came out with other colors of this, but so far I like it. I'm obviously gonna have to see how it wears throughout the day, if it fades on me. I also definitely want to try this out on my lips at some point, but so far so good. So the next product is bronzer, which is kind of funny because like we're moving into fall and it's like the time of year where I definitely stop wearing bronzer. However, for the sake of this video, we're gonna go on with bronzer next. And the bronzer that made this list was actually the Tower 28 Bronzino Illuminating Cream Bronzer. And I was a little bit surprised by this. I love Tower 28 and I definitely thought they should be on this list. However, I expected maybe their lip glosses to be on the list. Their blush is also beautiful. Their no shade highlighter, even though it's basically just a clear balm, is a beautiful, fun product that I absolutely love. And out of all the products from Tower 28, this is probably like my least favorite. Part of it is because I'm not convinced I personally like cream bronzer. I'm a huge lover of cream products if you are new to my channel. I typically use cream blushes, cream highlighters, like those are just my favorite types of face products. However, I find that powder bronzers typically work better for me. I expected to see the Kosas, their new bronzer, this one here, the one that comes in green packaging. I expected to see this one on the list instead of this one. It's just a personal preference. I'll put it on today. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your thoughts on bronzer are. There are two shades of this bronzer, and I have the lightest shade, which is West Coast. There's also a little bit deeper shade, which is Best Coast. And I realized when I was putting this on that part of the reason it's just not my favorite bronzer is I feel like it runs a little bit red toned for me. As I mentioned before, I have extremely fair porcelain skin, and bronzers can be really tricky for me. I have a video where I talk about all the clean beauty bronzers I've tested out. So if you're in the market for clean beauty bronzer or just curious, I would recommend checking out that video to hear my thoughts on all the ones I've tried, but this one definitely runs a little bit red, and that's another reason I just don't love it, but I also am just not the biggest fan of cream bronzers in general. I need to set my face because I have oily skin. I also may be going out later today and of course wearing a mask, so I want to make sure I set everything so my makeup doesn't just transfer onto my mask. My favorite, which I definitely feel like should be on this list, is the Clove & Hallow Pressed Powder Foundation. This is great just as a powder foundation, or if you want to go ahead and set your makeup with it, works great both ways. It is more of an indie brand, however, it's such an outstanding product. It definitely should be included on this list. this highlighter, and their choice of highlighter really surprised me, to be honest. The one I went with was this one by Saie. I think that's how you say the brand, S-A-I-E. And this is actually a more indie brand, so I don't know how this one made it on the list and some other ones didn't. I have a lot of questions. I have had this product, and you guys have never heard me talk about it, and the reason why is I do not like this product at all. I had really high hopes for it. I purchased it from Lengthening, but I just don't like it. First off, the problem I have is the packaging. So here's where we get into this metal squeezy tube. So this is a problem with a lot of clean products, with a lot of clean beauty. Because of the way they're formulated, oftentimes they can kind of change in consistency with the weather. So when it gets colder, products can get stiffer, and that's fine for a lot of products. A lot of products you just dip your finger in like a cream, like the Kara Weiss cream blush. Perfect example. You kind of warm it up with your finger and then you're good to go. However, the problem I have with this is it gets really stiff in the tube, and I actually purchased this product like while it wasn't super cold, but it was still really stiff in the tube, and when I squeezed it, it's actually cracked on the side. I don't know if you can see that right here, but it's actually cracked, and it's been leaking oil out of that crack in my drawer. It's been really messy. Obviously, it's compromising the integrity of the product because now it's exposed to air. And this isn't the first metal tube I've had this happen with. Like, I've had it happen with other products, and now I'm like vowing to myself to never purchase things in a metal tube because this seems to be a problem, like a structural integrity of the tube problem. I appreciate that it's more easily recyclable. I very much value that. However, it seems like something like this may be a better option, or I honestly would have just preferred this to come in a pot, like a glass pot. That would have been nice too. However, moving away from the packaging, I just don't really find this to be that impactful of a highlighter. Well, also if I can even get this out, it's a bit cold today, and this product is, see, look, this is how you crack the tube because it gets really stiff and then you can't get it out. There, okay. After a lot of squeezing, I managed to get that much out, but I will apply this today, but it's just not very impactful. Like, it just doesn't do a lot. I've got swatched right here. It just kind of, it's not really even catching the light. It just kind of looks chalky. Like, it's just not that good. And there are highlighters like the Aether Beauty press highlighters, which are beautiful highlighters that you can see from space. Like, they are beautiful, incredible products, a better formula. I have no idea why they didn't pick something like that and went with this instead. If you want like a liquid highlighter, I like the ones from Ilia. Those are really lovely. Cream highlighters, Kara Weiss has some really beautiful cream highlighters. Also, like I mentioned, I like the Tower 28 their No Shade highlighter, which has absolutely no shimmer in it. It's a beautiful product. It looks really nice on the skin. Like, there were so many other better options. I disagree very strongly with this selection, if you can't tell. Like, I've applied it here on this side, but I feel like if you look from this side to this side, there's not much of a difference. I should also mention I have the shade in Lilac, which is supposed to be like a cool tone purpley highlighter. I've heard other people's reviews of this. It's not better than the other shades either. I've actually had this balm in a stack of products to declutter, and definitely after using it again today, I need to just go ahead and like clear it out of my stash. I'm kind of glad I held on to it for this video so I can tell you guys about it, but it's definitely not something I would recommend at all. They were missing brows, like there was no clean brow product. So we're gonna go with my favorite. And once again, this is a pretty accessible brand. This is the Pacifica Highest Step Hemp Fiber Brow Gel. Doesn't really have a lot of fiber, but I have the shade Light in this, and I like this because I have pretty full brows and I'm able to just comb through my brows with this product. It adds some nice tint. It also holds my brows in place really well. It's one of my favorite brow gels that I found in the clean beauty space, and it's definitely one I'd recommend, and it's at a really good price. Pacifica is available at Target and Ulta, easily accessible, checks all the boxes. It's also vegan. it's a good product. So let me go ahead and apply this, and then we'll move on to eyes. Next up is, for me at least in my routine, is eyeshadow, and they didn't have a clean eyeshadow primer. I'm going to talk about this product. It's a more indie brand, but it's honestly one of the best eye primers I've ever tried, clean or conventional. Before I switched to clean beauty, I used to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion eyeshadow primer, and I thought that was one of the best ones on the market, and it worked okay. And then I finally found this one, which is a clean beauty eyeshadow primer, and to be honest, it works better than that one ever did. So whether you're into clean beauty or not, if you have oily eyelids, hooded eyelids, I happen to have a combination of oily hooded eyelids, you gotta try this out because it really does make a big difference. This is the Aaron's Faces Eye Primer. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna apply this on my eyes, and then we'll go in with eyeshadow. Okay, so for eyeshadow, their choice in the clean beauty eyeshadow nearly made me fall off my chair when I saw it. It was kind of like the Saie Dew Balm, where I was just like, really? Out of all the products in clean beauty, you picked this one. And that is the Lily Lolo. They had one of their single eyeshadows. I'll pop a picture of it up here. I have no idea why they picked this. To be fair, I have not tried the Lily Lolo single eyeshadows. However, I have tried a Lily Lolo eyeshadow palette, and I've decluttered it because it was awful, like awful. Like there was one that I purchased it because at the time when I started off in clean beauty, there were very few eyeshadow palette options, and I bought that one because it was like one of the few that were available, and the formula is just awful. And maybe their single eyeshadows are better. Maybe they've improved their eyeshadow formula, but honestly, I have no interest in trying them again because my experience was just awful. And what baffles me about this choice for Allure is there's the Aether Beauty eyeshadow palettes, which are incredible. They're available at Sephora, like amazing formula. There's the Ilia, the two new Ilia palettes. They're newer. They had old eyeshadow palettes, but now they have these new like warm and cool tone ones. I have both of them. Those are incredible formulas. Once again, easily accessible products, widely available. I don't know how they ended up with this Lily Lolo single press eyeshadow. I'm completely and utterly baffled. This is kind of where this list gets kind of funny sometimes. So I was just like scrolling through the normal makeup, not like the clean makeup section of the Best of Beauty Awards, and I found over there that they have the Kosas 10-second eyeshadows. And you guys know, I love the Kosas 10-second eyeshadows. Granted, the one caveat I will say is there are definitely certain colors that have better formulas than other colors. My all-time favorite like color and formula is this one here, which is in the shade Globe. Look at this. Like I've used this so much. Like you can see the sides, like you can see through it. I need to purchase another one. I will be doing that probably when there's a sale either at Sephora or like a clean beauty retailer that sells this. But I love it. I'm gonna use this on my lids today, but it's an incredible product. It really does take 10 seconds. Mine now takes a little bit longer to apply. I honestly think my formula has gotten a little dry just because I'm like down to the dredges of it, but it's a great product. Like I said, I would be really careful about colors because there are variations in the formula from shade to shade. But Globe is a safe shade. It's an amazing champagne rose gold shade, and the formula of it is really good. And there we go. It's just beautiful, effortless. It looks like I put a lot of work into my eyeshadow, and it's just one shade. I get compliments on this all the time. Definitely an amazing product. Okay, so for mascara, I actually don't have the mascara and I technically have not tried this specific mascara. What they listed was the Well People Expressionist Volumizing Mascara. I've tried and used many tubes of the regular Expressionist mascara, not the volumizing one. And honestly, at the time when I came across the mascara, I really liked it. I thought it was really good. However, in that time, there have been so many other really, really great mascaras that have come out in the clean beauty space. To be honest, I was really surprised that they went with this one over like the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. Like that is a really, really awesome mascara. I am wondering though if they tried to just pick like one product from each brand. Sometimes it kind of feels like that because I don't think I saw any brands like duplicated in terms of products. But I love that one. Oh, the Honest Beauty mascara. I mean, the blush is really good, but like, I feel like the makeup product that Honest Beauty is really known for is their mascara. Like, it's incredible and it's really affordable. I love the Air & Spaces mascara personally, and that's an amazing one. It's more of an indie brand. It's the same brand that makes the eyeshadow primer that I love. I also really have been enjoying the 100% Pure Lengthening Mascara. That's another really cool clean beauty brand. I'm kind of glad, I have to say, to not see the new Kosas Big Clean Mascara, the Big Clean Mascara. I will link my video about that up above, but I've been testing that out some more, and the more I use it, the more I dislike it. Like, I didn't like it in that video, but the more I use it, the more irritated I become with that mascara. It's really clumpy, it transfers on me. I love a lot of Kosas products, but that one is a definite miss. That all being said, I don't have the Well People Volumizing Mascara. I am going to use the 100% Pure Lengthening Mascara. I really have been loving this one. I have it open. I want to use mascaras that I currently have open, and that's why I didn't go ahead and purchase this one for this video, because mascaras only stay good for 3 months. So I'm gonna curl my lashes, apply this, and then we'll wrap up by talking about lips. Yeah, this mascara is very lengthening and it doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge, it's not clumpy. I love it. To wrap up with our lip product, this one honestly surprised me because the one they selected was the Aether Beauty. This is the Radiant Ruby Lip Cream. And here's my thoughts. Out of all the Aether Beauty products, this one is probably my least favorite. I like it. It's just not a product I reach for a lot. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't dry down fully, but it still transfers, and I don't know. Something about it, it's just not, it's a good product, but it's just not my favorite. And this thing has been sold out for ages. Like it's only sold at Sephora, and it's just been sold out at Sephora for ages. I did hear on the Aether Beauty Instagram that part of the reason it's been sold out is A, COVID, and then B, also the lab is located in California, and now the wildfires. It's just been a bit unfortunate. And I think part of the reason this may not be my favorite product is because of the colors I chose. They're pretty deep colors. I was trying to pick just from pictures on Sephora's website, and Sephora does not always do the best job at like representing colors of products. I've had this problem before, and these are definitely an example of that. I honestly was surprised to not see the Kosas lip glosses on there or the Tower 28 lip glosses. I just was kind of surprised out of all the products that this was the one that was picked, but you know, I know a lot of people that really love it. It's just not one of my favorites. I'll go ahead and apply it for you today. It looks pretty. It tells you something when it's just like a product that you don't end up reaching for that much, and that's the case of this product for me. And I do have this in the shade Manifest, not that you can purchase it right now, but in the future, if you're curious, that's what I have. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just something fun, something different. I honestly had a ton of fun filming this. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of Allure Best of Beauty's clean beauty picks. Are they your favorites? Would you think they deserve to be on the list? Let us know all that in the comment section down below. And if you like hearing about clean beauty, be sure to subscribe to my channel and also check out my Instagram. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirlkat there. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.